Good day, everyone. My name is Max, and today we are playing one last time American Truck Simulator, Iowa, or Cruising Iowa. Last time we did a couple deliveries and showcased my terrible parking skills, which I definitely have to improve by doing the driving academy eventually, not today. But first, like in the last stream, we will look for another truck. Now, I like this one, but I think there are a couple ones I haven't touched in a while. Yeah, these GTM trucks haven't been updated in quite a while, unfortunately. Or maybe I will stick to this, because actually it's quite a nice truck. Yeah, let's jump right into the external contracts here and see what they have to offer. The Tumwa and Burlington are the last cities we need to go to finish this event. And Burlington, let's see if we have any interesting loads. Power pack. 2 full-length trailers. Actually, sounds like an interesting load. We could also transport some Western Star trucks from Dubuque to Burlington, but we've done this already with the Kenworth trucks. So let's take something interesting like power packs. I think our lorry needs a repair. Let's see. Let's hop on the map and see where our load is waiting for us. All the way back there, and we're actually coming by a workshop. So yeah. This is a... Oh, that's actually... Yeah, we can go to there. Thought this was a cul-de-sac. But yeah. You know what? For the last stream, maybe try obeying traffic laws for once. Except maybe speed limit. Of course, always obey traffic laws in real life, including speed limits. Green, lovely. Whoa. That was almost drifting. Initial T. Yeah, so let's pull into this truck dealership. It ain't open anyway, so... But let's... Now we just need to repair all. So need to replace everything. for 0% damage, and total pay, why does... Oh, truck damage and co-insurance, 3%. You know what, when we only pay 3% of it? Funny. Truck configurator, I've noticed the beacons are not configured correctly, not quite at least. Other than that, it's a wonderful truck actually, very American. Yeah, change those. Right. To not only be strobes but also but also position lights, roof lights, whatever you call them. Yeah, nice. So I wonder if this lorry has any side skirts available that are not no, only stuff like this, kinda ugly. Bit weird since there are these aero style bumpers, but no aero side skirts. Be an interesting clash of styles. There's more conventional truck and aero parts all around. It's an aero cab. Back then, in the 70s when this was presented, this was quite an innovation actually. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, now the lower light row is also lit, and of course oh, that was the horn, sorry about that. Oof, that's an ugly horn, and very loud. Not cool. How do we activate the... What's the horn again? Parking brake? Those lights, of course. That's still the horn. Yeah, no idea how to actually activate the beacons right now. We don't need them anyway, so yeah. Let's continue with our journey. The journey to Berlin, which is almost, at least horizontally across the state. This trailer up in first-person view. It might even work on the first try. And I missed. Damn. Yeah, I can't see anything with those pipes in the way. At last. Well. Those are a lot of battery banks. Industrial ones as well. Not like your toys. Not like the toys you can buy on Amazon. Can you buy this on Amazon? Alternatives are available. Not promoting evil billionaire sites here. I do not have the realistic train length mod enabled, but I do have used it in the past. It's ridiculous how long these trains are with this mod. It's just supposed to be realistic. It's gonna be a difficult turn with those lengthy trailers. Wow, that's quite a traffic jam. Let's see if there are any rest stops. Yeah, there's one. Gonna make a detour there so we don't drive at night all the way down to Burlington and then be tired and having to sleep through the day, which would be quite well, boring. You know, nighttime lighting in this game, pre-baked or not, is actually pretty nice, but driving through the countryside at night is just darkness everywhere, so don't see a lot. Scenery there. And we have to refill fuel anyway, so might as well do that right now. This is going to be very tricky with this long trailer. I think yeah, no way we're gonna pull through there with those two trailers. Diesel price $3.31 per gallon, I think. Not sure how much that is in liters. There's a scale. gotta pay $10 to have your vehicle. Waited, what? That's weird. Guess what? My story is way too long for this. I'm gonna have to park like that. Get all of it into the resting zone. Gertruda. It's such a revolutionary name. The 150 miles, so that's not awfully long. But yeah, on the last stream, by the way, I've commented how these cities in Iowa are actually not that large, but have incredible skylines with skyscrapers and all. At least incredible comparative to their size. Like we are talking in the 100,000, 200,000 range, and they have complete sets of skyscraper skylines, which is very interesting. Yeah, so there is a topic on that on Reddit, which is very interesting as well, and people keep naming these cities there, which was very interesting. Imposing or impressive skylines. Personally, I don't find American skylines to be particularly impressive because they all kind of look the same. Dubuque has a nice skyline, in my opinion, without skyscrapers. Looks actually fairly European if you don't look at the details, like with these church towers and castle-esque buildings in the back there. Looks actually very European here, the skyline, not very American in the sense that it has a lot of skyscrapers or anything. Of course, these types of buildings are not a thing in Europe really, apart from industrial sites maybe. But yeah. Like how this town looks. But anyway, yeah, cities like Des Moines and Cedar Rapids, for example, have massive skylines given their size. Very interesting. And very interesting. Other people absolutely seem to agree. So I'm not the only one with that opinion. The only city with a proper skyscraper skyline in Germany is Frankfurt am Main, which is not to be confused with Frankfurt an der Oder, which is in eastern Germany. Frankfurt am Main is in western Germany. And they have lots of banks and stuff like that, and the German stock exchange is there, so there's a lot of investment going on there, as well as server farms and the main internet hub is in Frankfurt, so of Germany at least. They also have a large airport, so there's a lot of investment, big capital there, and they build a lot of high-rise buildings. Some of the recent ones those. But yeah, that was a unique opportunity. They went after the war because most of the city got destroyed and bombed, and they didn't want to rebuild the old city for some reason until fairly recently. So they rebuilt everything skyscrapers and ugly, functional, utilitarian buildings, brutalist stuff, and well, some perverted Bauhaus things that are not really Bauhaus and just ugly. But they have rebuilt their old town now. Of course, it looks new, like it used to when the old town was new. But the architecture is rebuilt, at least in certain areas of the city, which is really nice. It was one of those mega projects that actually worked out in the end. It has become a rare occurrence in Germany. And yeah, so... But anyway... Oh yeah, and there's this weird road in Frankfurt, am Main, in West Germany, where there's a entire new quarter basically, but it was designed by the architect Speer, which is the son of the Nazi architect, and let's say it isn't a friendly place. Who would have thunk? Yeah, it's like a modern interpretation of brutalism, if you want. It won prizes because of its innovation. Apparently there's a lot of technological innovations with these buildings, which is fair enough, but the buildings are absolutely atrocious and ugly, and it is not, and even from photos it doesn't look nice. Not a nice human place to be. A lot of concrete, and buildings have relatively small windows, which of course helps them with energy efficiency. But yeah, it is definitely a controversial place. Interesting, we are going through the town center, city center of Davenport here. Apparently this area, at least parts of Davenport, have been hit with floodings recently and thunderstorms quite heavily. It's a regular occurrence apparently, because a lot of the underlying city was built in flooding areas and they don't have proper flood protection measures for some reason. But yeah, fair part of the city got flooded recently. Not a flash flood or anything like we had in Texas recently, or they had in Texas recently. We in North America. But yeah, we've seen those. The city so quick. Interesting. Thought this was more interstate like, but we are taking the scenic route obviously. Crossing the Iowa River. On a double yellow line through a curve, not a good idea, as you can see. Well, well. Absolute rowdy behavior. I think we crashed into the sign back there. And that's why I prefer to drive by daylight in this game, and Euro Truck Simulator 2 as well, because you can just take in the scenery. But you could barely see at night. But thank you. Learning you discovered. Great. It's a small town, it seems. Welcome to Middle America. I think we can pull this off in cockpit view. Maybe. Can we? I don't think we can. Nah, I messed up. Something went wrong. Yeah, we're not gonna get this parking bonus. Nah. Damn. Let's say if we get any loads to Ottumwa from here. Doesn't seem like it. Everywhere but Ottumwa. Yeah. Let's see, do we have any garages in Ottumwa? We can take a load from Ottumwa instead. Nope, no garages there. Travel. I think there were loads from Des Moines to Ottumwa, so I might as well quick travel to Des Moines and find something there. Hopefully. Yup, that's a Peterbilt. Yeah, Packer, I think the Kenworth and Peterbilt are the only American truck manufacturers that are still not owned by a European manufacturer. Because all the others are. Not sure about. I think there's one that isn't, that is also American owned, so, but it's a very niche one. They mostly do municipal vehicles. What's their name again? They used to do big long haul trucks, but I forgot its name. So anyway, from Des Moines to Ottumwa, there's one. Cars. Yeah, I mean, seems like a good load. Yeah. Okay, last one is cars. Volvos, it seems. said it before and I said it again, it's quite a shame we don't see any cameras in this game. Except for modded ones. So where's our road? Not here. There it is. Oh, those are SUVs. What was there? Huge wank tanks. See, that's what you get. That's what you get when not focusing on driving, but rather camera movement. Well, let's see if. Oh, damn it! Our load is damaged. Gotta take the LA. Well, it happens. Yes, lock my way. These things. The interstate. I said I'm gonna obey traffic laws this time, but left. Oh, I wonder if there are any one-to-one maps of the entire US. Yeah, probably not good though. Yeah, so there are a couple one-to-one maps around for ETS too, be for ATS as well. But unless they focus on a specific area, of course they use a lot of automation to realize these maps, and the results ain't always that great. Bigger isn't always better. Case in point being ProMods, which ProMods Canada isn't that large, but the map is phenomenal. Shame mod maps don't really work with World of Trucks. So, that's the only drawback there. Honestly, ProMods is, when it comes to quality, I'd say it's even, in many ways, it even outpaces SCS maps, at least in some aspects. Which is incredible. But unfortunately it doesn't work with World of Trucks. I mean, honestly, sometimes when I see these brilliant community maps, I'm thinking like, why can't SCS make those official community DLCs? Like, it would give community creators a way to earn money with the work they love doing, and on top it gives a regulated and stable framework for quality community content that is paid. Right now, the way SDS handles it is no paid mods are officially allowed, which is fair, totally fine. But this also means there is really no safeguards, no real regulated framework for paid mods, which means a lot of people get screwed over a lot of times. If you ask me, I'm absolutely against paid mods, and obviously CDLCs are not paid mods. They are in a different area because they are regulated by the developers, and they have this, even though consumer rights, of course, in the digital space is not quite as good as it should be, but they have at least a basic framework of a secure payment method, of a secure update method, of basically guaranteed support and stuff like that. I'm absolutely against paid mods. I'm talking about CDLCs, which are not paid mods, but third-party DLC developers. And I wish SCS would open the gates for this, because it would mean so much more content. Yes, paid content, but also regulated content. And of course, SCS could work their contacts for third-party and community creators to get officially licensed content like lorries, for example. Like, what this game is really lacking are historic truck models. And I think giving a platform for community creators to create vanilla-friendly third-party content and also make a living out of it would be phenomenal, if you ask me. But of course, SDS thinks different about that. So I'd be surprised if we'd see that. And to be clear, I'm against paid mods. third-party DLCs are not paid mods. We driven cars from one car dealership to another. Seems like a waste if you ask me. But at least parking seems easy enough. See, this is why I would prefer a cab over for situations like this. I have pretty much zero visibility with this lorry, and of course it's absolutely massive. So. Bloody hell. It's way easier to do with a cab over, if you ask me. At least in ETS I did better, I'd say. Or maybe I just got very bad at this. Good work. Not excellent. Oof. Yeah. And on this massive cock up, and yeah, cock up of the final delivery, I'd say it's time to end for today. Just a little short stream, not even an hour long this time. Next time I will be returning for either another World of Trucks event, or maybe I will finally learn how to drive lorries in ATS and ETS2. Who knows? But until then, I hope you have enjoyed the stream. Thanks for watching. Hope you had a good time. Stay tuned. Stay safe, stay fly,